Let's be real for a second. Do you ever feel like you're just guessing when it comes to money? You're earning, you're spending, you're trying to save, but there's no real plan, no clear destination. Well, today we're going to unpack a really powerful concept that's like a financial GPS. It's called the wealth ladder.
I mean, this quote really hits home, doesn't it? So many of us are working incredibly hard, but we still feel stuck. Kind of like we're on a treadmill, and money just slips away as fast as it comes in. It's this universal feeling of financial stress.
But what if building wealth wasn't about getting lucky? What if it was about following a clear, predictable path? That is the whole idea behind the wealth ladder. It's not a game of chance, it's a journey with really distinct stages, and each one prepares you for the next. It's all about knowing exactly where you are, and even more importantly, knowing exactly where you need to go next.
Okay, so every great climb has to start with a solid base, right? Part one is all about building that foundation, moving from what might feel like financial chaos to standing on firm, stable ground. This is where you build your financial launchpad.
These first three rungs of the ladder are absolutely crucial. First up is survival. Here, your only job is to get a handle on your cash flow. You got to track what's coming in and going out and just stop taking on new debt. Then you climb to stability. This is where you gain control with a real budget and build a small emergency fund. And finally, security, where you protect everything you've built by making that fund stronger and getting properly insured.
And this right here, this is so important. It highlights a core truth. Stability comes from discipline, not from how much money you make. It seriously doesn't matter what your income is if you haven't mastered these fundamentals. Getting this right is a total game changer.
So how do you build that discipline? Well, here's a super simple but incredibly powerful tool, the 50-30-20 rule. It basically gives every single one of your dollars a job. 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, and a non-negotiable 20% for savings and paying down debt. And look, this isn't about feeling restricted, it's about having direction. Now this is your financial fortress. When you get to the security stage, the goal is to build an emergency fund that can cover 6 to 12 months of your living expenses. Just imagine the peace of mind. Imagine knowing that if something unexpected happens, you lose your job, anything, you're protected. That's what real security feels like.
All right, so with that strong foundation in place, we can finally shift from playing defense to playing offense. This is where it gets really exciting. We're moving from just saving money to actually making your money work for you.
And you've got to understand this difference. It is crucial. Saving is your defense, right? It keeps you safe, stops you from going backward. But saving alone is never going to make you wealthy. Investing is your offense. It's how you actually move forward and multiply what you have. And really, what we're talking about is a fundamental shift in your entire mindset. You go from just passively putting money aside in a piggy bank to actively managing a system that's designed for growth. You start taking a really active role in your own financial future. And this right here is the engine of that growth. Albert Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. The best way to think about it is like a tiny snowball rolling down a really, really long hill. At first, it's super small, but with time and consistency, it just keeps picking up more snow, getting bigger and faster all on its own. That's your money working for you. So where can this growth actually happen? Well, you've got a bunch of options. There are paper assets like stocks and bonds, real assets like property, or you can even invest in yourself by building a business or learning a high-income skill. The ultimate goal, really, across all of these, is to build passive income streams. That's money that flows to you even when you're not actively working. All right, so you've built your foundation, your money is starting to grow, but the climb is not over, not by a long shot. Staying on the ladder requires just as much discipline as it took to get on it in the first place. Yeah, defense is still key. I mean, think about it. As your wealth grows, you have more to protect. And this isn't about being scared. It's about being wise, making sure a few bad decisions don't completely undo years of hard work. And these are the most common traps that can pull people right back down the ladder. And notice something? They're mostly behavioral. It's pride that makes you feel untouchable and stop learning. It's neglect. And then there's the big one, lifestyle inflation. That's that really dangerous habit of letting your spending rise just as fast as your income does. This is such a powerful rule to live by. When you get a raise or a bonus, the temptation is always to upgrade your car or your apartment. Instead, the disciplined choice is to upgrade your investments first.
Trust me, your future self is going to thank you for it.
Okay, so we've covered the entire climb from bottom to top. Now it's time to make it personal. Let's talk about your climb and figure out what your very next step should be.
This summary table is basically your personal map. I want you to look at it and find the stage that best describes your reality right now. Once you know where you are, you know your number one mission. It just clarifies everything and tells you exactly what to focus on today.
And you know, what I love about this whole journey is that it's about so much more than just money. It's really a path of personal growth. Each stage kind of forces you to develop a new virtue, evolving you from someone who's just disciplined into someone who is truly living with purpose.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Be really honest with yourself. Where are you standing on this ladder right now? And based on that answer, what is the single most important step you need to take next?
Because ultimately, the goal isn't just to pile up a bunch of money. It's to become a person of discipline and wisdom and purpose. And once you've made the climb, the real fulfillment comes from reaching back and helping other people begin their own. That's the real meaning of wealth.